Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy For Now. It's me Isabel here with a new series for you. These tentatively are going to be quarterly-ish, but we'll see. If y'all really like them, I might do them more often. We'll see. But listen, I've talked about it. I, like every other reader on the internet, I feel like has too many unread books, too many series to read, too many series to try, too much. I am drowning in first in series and series to continue. So I thought, how can I solve this problem? But also buy dice. So here we are for Dice of Destiny. That's what I'm calling it for now. I don't know. If we come up with a better name, we'll shift it. It's fine. But I will roll these dice. I'll show you. I have dice. So I have a D20 and I have a D8 here. I have a couple different ones that I'll rotate through. And these determine two things for this video. So basically I will roll the D8 to decide how many books I'm reading each video. I am going to say this. If I roll a 1, we're going to re-roll. Ideally, we're looking at 5 or more, but we'll see. We'll decide. We might roll a 1 and have to add or something if it's a low number, but ideally, I think the goal is 5 or more. So, max of 8 though. And then I have a D20 here that I will roll and it will determine what I'm doing. So we have evens, I have to start a new series or try a new series. Odds, I have to read a series I'm already reading. And then 5, 10, 15, and 20 are wild cards. So those wild cards can be punishments, rewards, etc. And those are determined by May over at This Past Romance, who you see in my vlogs and stuff. So May will be told I have a wild card and she will go to my members, to a friend, someone, and they will pick something. They can pick what I have to read. They can pick a punishment. They can pick a reward, anything. Their choice. There will be no more than 2 wild cards per video. I will tell you that right now because at least I think so. If I feel like we could do more, I will, but like I feel like 2 is kind of more than enough. So yeah, that's kind of the rule. And then what I will do is, like I said, I will go to these lists I have on Goodreads, which currently my first in series number to start is 227. And that is any book with a number 1 in the title on my Goodreads shelves. And then I have 115 in my next in series TBR. And that should be approximately 1 book per series, so there's more than that, but I only put the next one after I read the first one in a series on that shelf. Some other ground rules, my DNFs do apply. I'm allowed to DNF a book during this and just move on, and it counts towards the books I'm reading. And then the other thing is I will basically roll the D20 after every book to pick my next book. I may like occasionally do like a batch where I roll a bunch because travel or things like that happening in life. But basically I am going to roll the dice to decide what I'm doing next. So start a series or read the next one in a series. And I'm allowed to marathon tentatively one series per video. So that is also going to play a lot into this because I'm gonna have to make a choice. Do I want to marathon this series or not? And like, where am I in my reading for book number? So if I'm on book 1, do I want to marathon this whole series, or like do I like call it a day, right? So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I hope that makes sense. It's a very basic setup. And also, I will say also, if I marathon the books, obviously, like if it's a trilogy, all 3 books count. If it's however many books I read in that series, then count towards the total books read. So like, for example, in this round, I rolled a 7 for how many books I'm reading. So I could read 7 different series, but I also could read 6 different series or 4 different series and end up reading 7 books. So I hope that makes sense. That is our current plan. Really excited for it. I've actually already started the project. I just wanted to intro it before I forgot. So there's that. Let's go on to my first roll and I will be back with updates at some point, I'm sure. I will have shelves linked down below if you want to look at my first and next in series shelves. And also if you have punishment wildcard ideas, you can leave them in the comments and May will be gathering those all up into a notes app situation for her to dictate to me. Anyways.
Hi friends, it's your friendly neighborhood May here in front of the nerd shelf. So roll 1 for Isabel's series did end up being a wild card. She rolled an organic D20. I don't think organic's the right word, but it's the word I use, Isabel. So she rolled a D20, so you get me. I took it to the chat. So Isabel, your challenge for this wild card is a 500-word book report based on whatever book you think you can write a 500-page book report about, continuing a series. So good luck.
Okay, so y'all have my first wildcard roll. I thought I'd tell you what I was reading real quick, which I'll be starting it soon, very, very soon. So I wanted to film this now. I'm all made up for another video. I was like, I'm gonna fight somebody. Anyways, I am gonna read, where is it? A Tropical Rebel Gets the Duke for this one. Obviously my punishment is a book report for my members. That's who voted this round. It's gonna alternate, and also y'all are going to be able to leave ideas for the wild cards in the comments. May will be keeping a running list of them and decided her will what I have to do. They do not all have to be punishments. I do want to note that they don't all have to be punishments, but I figured a Tropical Duke Gets a Rebel would be a great one to use for a book report, which I found a book report form on Canva, like for kids in school, and I'm going to use that, and I'm sure I'll hit 500 words with that, no problem. But what a start to this project. I will be back to update you when I've read some more of the book as I have thoughts. Okay, so I knew once I started I would be in and I would be like flying through this book. I was playing with my new lip liner stain, so that's what's going on here. If you're like, that looks funny, that's why. Anyways, you gotta play with things before you use them the first time sometimes. I decided to go with A Tropical Rebel Gets the Duke since I have to do a book report. Y'all are mean. This is your first punishment and this is what you picked. Anyways, since I have to do a book report, I felt like this was a good book for it. It's longer-ish. It deals with abortion care in the 1800s. Is that the right time period? I think so. I don't know. It's something like that. It's historical times. Anyways, I am 30% into this book already. I blew through over an hour of it, not even trying, this afternoon. And that's a win. Like, that feels really good. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It opens with a prologue where they have like almost a full-blown hookup and not quite full-blown hookup, I feel like. And she leaves and they don't see each other for a while. We fast forward. Her like friend group obviously is like intermeshed with his friend group. Makes sense from the last two books. And he ends up getting his title of Duke, which has been his goal the whole time because his dad was like really crappy. Real crappy. So he ends up back in Paris because he hears that she's at a brothel, unattended kind of, and he's like, what the fuck is going, he is literally like, what is going on? I have to figure this out. So he rolls up, he crashes her like meeting with a friend who's supposed to go help her do a procedure because she is a doctor / midwife situation, more doctor than midwife, but she does women's care. And he is like, what are you doing? Where are you going at 1 a.m? And like, he insists. And so he follows her. They end up taking this patient to his apartment so that she can get the care, the beginning of the care she needs. So that's good and really fascinating to watch. And then he's like, when he figures out everything that's going on, he's like, what can I do? What can I do to help? But not let her know I'm actually like doing more than she would accept. Because he realizes like she's not been eating and like she is very like focused on this task of being a really good doctor to all these women who need care and are being denied certain kinds of care, including abortion. So I'm hooked. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really like their dynamic. I really like their banter. And I'm really curious to see where this goes as we continue because, like I said, I'm only 30% in and I don't supposedly like people from their past show up or something. So I'm kind of waiting for that to happen. But yeah, it's really good so far. So I'm going to keep, actually I'm going to go edit. After I'm done editing tonight, I'm going to keep listening probably for a little bit, but I'm also going to read another book that is for, on to more books. I'm so excited to finish this. I'm so excited to be starting on this series also. Well, I'm so excited to be finishing this series and also starting this vlog project officially. It's nice. Okay, so I'm 40% into A Tropical Rebel Gets the Duke. I'm loving this. This is such a fantastic finale to the series. It's so good. So he's going to teach her how to fight and stuff, and he's like doing all these things to take care of her because he's like kind of in love with her. Apollo is. And the teasing she just did to him after their little like attempt to teach her to fight, fantastic. I'm very excited. We had a lot of really good dirty talk, but also really fun banter around him trying to teach her how to fight and protect herself because he didn't realize, like, he was like, wait, you're why this person in the other books carries a flask and a pistol. And it was really funny. But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Like, it's fantastic. So there's that. I'm loving it. I'm probably going to stop now and read on my Kindle for a bit because I need to get my reading in for the day on Kindle. And then I'll come back and talk to y'all soon when I read some more of this. But I will be done with this very soon. It is flying, to say the very least, also, which is great. I love when that happens. Oh, but it's so good. I'm really loving A Tropical Rebel. Like, it's so, so good. I don't love the new covers, but I'm loving this book. I have finished A Tropical Rebel Gets the Duke by Adriana Herrera. This puts me through the first book. And honestly, this was a solid 4.5. I have to like sit on it for a minute before I like have a full rating or thoughts, like beyond this, before I have like a full like solid rating thought process. But this was everything I wanted it to be. I felt like the conversations in the book around women's health and access to healthcare things were very relevant to today. Bananas that this has to still be relevant today, but it is. And I thought that the romance between Apollo and Aurora, I felt like as a pair were fantastic. Aurora is very headstrong, and Apollo is ready at all times to physically fight for her and also like literally fight for her to like see how they should feel about it, like how they should be together. And honestly, it was delightful. It was fantastic. I think we got such a good delivery here of our characters and their love and this wonderful mix of social commentary and historical that applies to today, but also really great steam and romance building here. I didn't love the third act stuff. I understood why it happened. Don't get me wrong. And it kind of had to happen because he needed a reason to like fully chase after her, but he was kind of already there of like working to convince her. But I think that gave the extra push, so to speak. And I liked the other plot devices happening within to continue to push them together. So we had like something with her that happened as a kid, as like a teen, as an early teen. And then we had something that happened with a patient she had. So I felt like that together, like really, it pulled them together appropriately in the plot. Like it was character driven, but it was also like we were getting good character moments, but also good plot moments with it. So yeah, I freaking loved this. I think it's fantastic. And I'm really glad I read it. I'm going to go write a book report for my members. I will insert the book report here if you would like to read it for a moment. So there's that. Book report's done. We'll be done. I'm going to do that in the morning, but 500 word book report incoming. And on to the next book. Okay, so for what roll is this? So for my third roll, which is start a series, I'm reading A Love Most Fatal. I'm 20% in almost. I'm at 19, chapter 8. I am obsessed with them. So he's like a nerdy math teacher, but like also hot and very like silly. And he convinces her to go to his cousin's wedding with him as his date. And she agrees. Wild. After a very interesting meeting, I almost don't want to tell you too much about their meeting because it's really funny, but she does go to her godson / nephew's student teacher conference because her sister can't make it, the mom. And yeah, he ends up asking her on this date. They're on it. She is the boss of the mob family. And literally they just ended the wedding chapter with him being like, I gotta go dance for 30 minutes at least. Are you joining me? And she joins him. And now they're going to get ice cream. I'm obsessed. They're so cute. Oh my god, they're so cute together. Anyways, today we got the trope reveal for book 2, and I'm very, very excited. But start a series. I'm starting this. Book 2's technically not out, but I'm still starting a new series, so I say it counts. I'm gonna go finish getting ready for bed and read some more, but obsessed already. 20% in and I'm obsessed already. I may or may not sleep tonight. I don't know yet. We'll see. Hello. I need to reapply, but I don't want to yet because I'm about to go film. But I need to update you because I stayed up till 2:30 in the morning, much to her distaste. Let me tell you, Pease was not thrilled that I was up until 2:30 in the morning reading A Love Most Fatal. I am 80% in, I think. I'm very far. I basically just got sucked right in, which is great. I love when that happens. She wants to say hi. You gonna say hi? No. Okay, never mind. She just wants to rub my hand, not say hi. Which, this is like my favorite thing when I read. But the problem I have is this happens to me mostly at night when I am in bed and want to go to sleep, and then I cannot put a book down And that's a terrible situation to be in, you know? But here I am, repeating the behavior that I know is to come. It's fine. Okay. I'm getting like pushed by the cat. Almost fatal. There we go. I'm pulling it up on my phone so I can tell you. I left my Kindle downstairs. I was like, girl, you cannot bring your Kindle upstairs today. You've got to film Romance Landia. Yeah, I'm 70% in. And when I tell you, I am obsessed with this book. So we have hit the point where Nate is now like working for Vanessa and helping her find a husband. But they've also had explosive chemistry at this point, and like they're hooking up and all this, and it's so good. It's so good. And he's such a fun hero. Like, he is very soft, but also like he was admitted to like being nervous and stressed that he couldn't defend himself. So they're training him on defending himself. And it's really fun, like having her nieces and nephews on page and him interacting with them, because like he loves the kids. And we have our obvious villain. And then we met, I think I said earlier that we met, but no, we actually just met. Like, not just, like a little bit ago, I met the hero for book 2. And I'm so excited because I am obsessed with her little sister, Mary. I also just deeply appreciate that we have short heroines who are the mob boss. And it's not that, like, they have to be short or tall. It's just fun for me as a short person having a heroine who is, like, not tall that is the mob boss. Because I feel like sometimes people are like, you're not scary or intimidating. And I want to be like, kick you in the ankle. Kick you in the ankle. But I think that part has been like really fun. But yeah, so he started working for her and is interviewing basically the different guys that has marriage potentials. So I'm really waiting for this all to blow up. And it's just been so fun. And I know I've already figured out like who the villain is / who like is doing the things that are making them go into lockdown and all this stuff. So that's also been interesting. I'm really curious how that reveal is going to play out. I'm not going to tell you much about it. But yeah, I'm freaking loving this. This is easily going in my favorites of the year. And I'm so happy I decided to pick it up for this series. But, okay, I got to go film so I can read this book. Like, I have to get this video done because all I want to do is read this book. So I will be back tonight with an update. I cannot wait for book 2. I cannot wait for book 2. I do not think it'll be read in a roll. It'll be read in a regular vlog. But, so very excited for book 2. So very excited. I also feel like the way that Nate like stepped up, we'll call it, and was like, no, this is why I love you, Vanessa. Like, this is why this is gonna work. And like came to her rescue because things happen, sealed the deal for me on this series, on this book, on this author. I will follow you, because I felt like we got such good tension build, but also like really good reveals. Though I knew who it was immediately. I was like, this is gonna be the bad guy pretty much. So there's that, but still, like, that's okay. Like, I don't mind to know immediately. But yeah, I loved their dynamic. I loved all of it so much. And then they announced book 2's plot kind of at the end of book 1. And I'm so excited. But this is such a good mafia book. I am like going to be chasing the high of this mafia book for a while. So there's that. I'm going to be chasing the high of this mafia book. In fact, I immediately started another mafia book because I'm chasing the high of these, which is not going to go well. I know this already. Like, I already know that's not going to go well for me, but that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, so that's done, which is great news. I still have to figure out what I'm doing next. I really truly had a good time with this one. I think I Love Most Fatal possibly is like a pretty like broad appeal mafia book, but I also just enjoy it because like Nate has to process that her doing this isn't because she's a monster. It's because she loves her family and it's what she needs to do. And I feel like sometimes you do things because you love your family, you know? Like, that's just life. But usually it's not like murder and stuff. But yeah, I think this is a 6-star favorite for me. I need it for my bookshelves. Like, I need it for my bookshelves. So that's happening. And yeah, that was so good. So good. All right, I'm gonna go figure out my next read. Okay, so I rolled another start a series, so I decided to start something I purchased. I haven't read yet, which is Murder by Memory. I'm 30% in. I will be done with it literally today because it's a very short audiobook, as in 2 hours and 20 minutes short, but it has to go back to the library tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know. It's due back to the library in a few days. So I know I need to read it ASAP. So I felt like that was a good pick for this one. I did spin a wheel with 3 options for something else. But yeah, so this is where I landed, mostly because again, the library book is due back, but I've started it. I'm intrigued. It's interesting. It's interesting. So basically they're on a spaceship. Your body or your brain is stored in a book and you can go and update your memories, but somebody erases her book and she's been brought back into a different body because of it. And they're trying to solve what happened, it sounds like. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm curious to see where it goes and how it goes, but I'm not far enough in really to have big thoughts. I assume a lot of it's going to come together very quickly. It's also weird because I'm going to read another sci-fi after this, but this is very different than what I'm going to read. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll be back soon with thoughts and feelings, probably when I get a little further, but I will finish it. I will be back looking just like this very soon. I just finished Murder by Memory. I'm giving it like a 3.5 right now. I'm not really positive on my thoughts and feelings. Not because it's bad, but because I'm unsure right now. Again, it's not bad by any means. It was really good. I think it did what a lot of Tor novellas do really well. I think it has a lot of potential in the series. For now, like a 3.5 for me. I'm going to read the next book. Maybe a 4. I don't know. I left it really intrigued because it's such an interesting setup, right? So basically, everybody's memories on the ship are stored on shelves and they make new bodies for them. Well, this character has been murdered. She gets reincarnated into this person's body to try and figure out what happened. And the reveals around the murder and like what was happening are really interesting. That involves some money stuff, which again, interesting. I think it was just a really interesting setup. It is lightly sapphic. Like she talks about her former partner and like by lightly sapphic, I mean, there's not really a romance in this at all. And then being attracted to this person's former partner that she's been reincarnated into. So like that. I'm intrigued. I think this was interesting. It's very different, very unique. And I love, that's how Murderbot was when I first read it, right? And I love Murderbot. So I feel like this is something that could potentially be another Murderbot situation for me where I just really, really enjoy it. So yeah, I had a good time. I had a great time. I started another series. So there's that. And I can't read book 2 until 2026. So that's a win. But yeah, another one down. Let's keep on moving to the next book. Okay, so that roll was continuous series, thank goodness, because I need to read books 2 and 3 in the Firebird Chronicles, and I had a minute. I was like, if I don't roll continue series, then Ice and I are fixing to fight. But I did, and I am now halfway, almost. I'm 47% through Age of Deception, and I'm really enjoying it. I really do love this series. I am not excited to be current, but I'm also excited to be current on it eventually here. I really feel like book 2 has been really interesting. It's more of a trial and her learning a lot about her home country. But yeah, book 2 has been great. And I'm really, really excited that I get to dive directly into book 3. And that'll put us at, how many books read? I'm getting close. Like, I'm getting close to the end of this vlog, which is great. And I feel good. I've made really good progress. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will put us at 5 books read. And I already rolled my next one because when I finish my ebook, I want to start my next ebook. And that's going to be for this. So this feels good. Like I said, I'm reading 2. So this will be book 4 and 5 for this vlog. And honestly, what a great use of my time. And yeah, I continue to really like this series. It's really engaging. It's a really fun, slow burn sci-fi romance situation. Definitely a romance, but it's going to be a slow burn, very reminiscent, as we've discussed before, to Alona Andrews. Yeah, this one feels fun because it's more of a trial and her getting more acquainted with the culture of where she's from because she has no familiarity with it. And I like that. I think that's a really fun setup. So that's where we're at. I'm going to keep listening and I will be back to talk to you probably when I finish the book because I'm kind of just determined right now to finish the book as quickly as possible. So I'm going to keep working on that. I just finished Age of Deception. First of all, I have a deep appreciation for this series because like you finish and you pick up the next book and we are right there, right back where we were immediately. Like it feels like she just wrote these and then broke them into books almost. It's a favorite. I love this series. these are so readable and enjoyable in a way I just didn't expect fully. And that's not a complaint by any means. Like, that is a big compliment. This is very much Lona Andrews vibes. I freaking loved Age of Deception. That one begins her trials on her home planet to, like, I don't know, I guess earn powers / be able to control her powers also. That one had a really interesting subplot happening. And then we ended on such an interesting point that I don't want to give away, but somebody has a child that they didn't know about. And disaster has struck because they now know. And it is a tense discussion. And she also, like, sneaks out because of course she does. So yeah, I've already started book 3, which is Threshold of Annihilation. I'm going to keep this as, like, low spoilery as I can because, like, I feel like, you know, it's book 3 in a 5-book series so far. But yeah, I really appreciate how these pick right back up so much. And I'm excited to continue it. I'm hoping to get at least an hour or 2 into it tonight before bed, but I doubt I'll make it that far. But I don't think I'll make it that far. I'm hoping to at least get through chapter 1 tonight, and then I will finish it tomorrow. But this feels really good. Otherwise, it's just such a good sci-fi series. And I don't feel like we have a lot of good sci-fi romances out there, and it's so nice to have one. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to it while I get ready for bed here. But like I said, I don't think I'll make it very far tonight before I go to sleep, which about normal. So there's that. And I gotta go figure out what I'm reading for this other role. Okay, so I am almost on Threshold of Annihilation. It's so good. I'm obsessed with this series. Every time I come back to it, I'm like, oh yeah, I love this book. I love this series. And I'm very happy for it. We've had great plot movement. I don't want this to be, like, spoilery, so I'm not going to super spoil it, but we finally had a bit of a fire to the slow burn, so that was nice. But yeah, I'm very, very into this series. I'm going to be really sad in 2 months when I'm caught up. Okay, so I finished Threshold of Annihilation. So good. So good. I really love this book. I am excited, hopefully, to pick up book 4 very, very quickly here. I know the live is earlier in June, if I recall correctly, so I'm likely going to read book 4 next week. But yeah, I had a blast. I think this continues to be one of my favorite series. I think the way it builds on itself is fantastic. I think the way that we kind of every time we pick up the next book, we just are continuing in the series, like, very quickly is nice. Like, we are picking up where we left off. It never feels like I need to remember anything because of how it picks up. Another 5-star. I'm obsessed with this series. I really like these, and I can see myself rereading them at some point even, so that says a lot. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I rolled to start a new series, and I have auto approval for Harlequin Audio on NetGalley. So I got Psycho Shifters because I've been curious about it, and I figured, why not for the series, try it. I read that book in an evening. It's like an 8-hour audio, if that. So I devoured it very quickly, and I've already checked out book 2 from the library. It does end in a cliffhanger that brings you right into book 2. This is a twist on Omegaverse. It is a fae fantasy situation, kind of, with shifters. Our heroine has been abused her whole life, and turns out she's an alpha, but she's also, like, only 5'5". And most of the alphas are, like, 6'5", 7 foot, like, giants. So she is very, or is she 5 foot? I don't know. She's small. Either way. And she ends up at a portal, basically, to do battle with them and help, like, fight off this stuff. And we end on such a cliffhanger. I want to say what it is, but I don't know if I want to spoil it. But it's such a cliffhanger that I was like, oh, I'm going to have to read book 2 right now. And if they all end like that, I'm going to end up reading them all in a row. But I'm hoping they don't, so I can take a little break and then read them again for the next video, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, this surprised me. I I've heard such mixed things about her Hercules book, The Blood of Hercules or whatever, that I've never picked it up. And I was just like, I'm actually more interested in this one probably than that. So I picked it up. Like I said, I got the audio on NetGalley so I could review it real quick, specifically when I saw how short it was. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. It's over the top and dramatic. Do not get me wrong. Very over the top and dramatic. We have appease. But it kind of worked for me. Our heroine is very much like hesitant to accept anyone's help. And then the way it ended, the cliffhanger, one of the alphas has betrayed the group basically. And I've got to know what happens next. So I'm probably going to start book 2, which picks up with the betrayal. Yeah, so that picks right up with the betrayal. So I'm going to do that, and that'll be my 7th book for this vlog. We'll see how I'm feeling if I finish one more before the vlog ends, because the vlog ends tomorrow. It's my cutoff. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. Okay, so I rolled continue a series, and I felt like it's only right for me to finish at least one series in this video. I mean, I think that would feel nice. So I am reading Wild and Wrangled, and I'm under 2 hours left in the audio, and I'm obsessed. I love them. I love Cam and Dusty. I don't like that she got left at the altar, but I like the setup a lot of her getting left at the altar and then like having to navigate this feeling. I was thinking it's been fun getting the flashbacks of them as teens, actually. Like, I don't always love that, but I'm enjoying it a good bit in this one. So yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna be a 5-star. I think this is, as a whole, like one of the better / best series, well, probably the best series I've read this year so far, like to completion. So there's that. But yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm loving it. I really can't get enough of the two of them. So I've been gleefully just listening to it on and off all day today while I do a couple tasks around the house, cuddle Millie, and then go back to working on stuff. So I'm very happy. All right, y'all. That is a Millie going to get water. I'm getting ready for bed. And because of that, I was like, oh my God, I have to update you. I have to update you because I finished Wild and Wrangled. And it... 5 stars. I freaking loved this book. I loved it. I realized I'm changing colors. We are moving. Cam and Dusty were fantastic together. And you know what? I gotta say, I've been seeing the girls complain that he wears crop tops. I do feel as though they have not spent enough time in parts of the country and or around men who are fit that would crop the bottom of a shirt and cut open the sides. That's all I'm saying. That man, I'm not a big fan of blondes, but I like Dusty. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed this romance. I enjoyed the kid on the page some more. She's fantastic. I enjoyed the entire family. Like, so much of this. Everything. He stands up to her family for her. Like, so many of my weaknesses in this book. As a whole, the Rebel Blue Ranch series is a 5-star. I'm so glad I own all of these books. I love them. I cannot wait to see what else Lila Sage writes. And then I was listening to the acknowledgments, and she thanks Bucky and Cap. So, like, meant to be the Cowboy series I love, okay? It was meant to be. Wasn't it, Peas? Peas agrees. But yeah, I just had so much fun all day today listening to this book. I literally was just like... doing a thing, listen to the book. And then I'd take a break for a minute and do something else, like edit or whatever, and then I'd listen to more of the book. And I loved it. I love their dynamic. I love how we see everyone again. I love everything. And then you get a bonus epilogue with the wedding for Emmy, for Clementine. I nearly cried because her and Luke were fantastic together. It's just like... I love a good series. I love when a whole series pays off, number one. And a four book series paying off feels so nice. Because a lot of series for me lately, it's like 1 or 2 I love, and then everything else is mid. This was like, everything was good. I liked all of it. So yeah, I'm so happy. But that's the last book for this vlog. I will be back to talk to you in the morning and wrap up the video. Okay, y'all. I'm here to wrap up this video for you. Because it goes up tomorrow. I want to talk about my like current shelf situation post this, and also like, what did I finish? So first of all, I finished 2 series in the course of filming this video. One I did not document. So I took that week off vlogging to work on this project, and also just I needed a break. And then I ended up marathoning The Alliance by S.J. Tilly. All of it. Just marathoned it over the course of 4 days. Couldn't put it down. Didn't stop. So there's that. So that brought one series off my TBR completely. And then I also, of course, in this video finished Rebel Blue Ranch. My heart. I loved that series. It was so good. So I finished that, and that feels good. I finished 2 series, and that brought my first in series down to 221 books. Now, I want to note when I say that brought that down, there are technically 12 books from a tri-chapter that I added to the shelf, but I'm not counting them yet because I need to read a little bit more of them to decide if I'm DNFing them or not. So a handful of them were in my maybe pile from that tri-chapter. So with those, we're at 233, which does mean we went up instead of down 6. And honestly though, like I said, I'm not counting them yet. Next round, they will count if I haven't read them yet. So for now, we're gonna say I went down by 6, even though I technically went up by 6. It's fine. 221-ish. And then my next in series shelf is now down to 117. It was at 115. So it went up by 2 because I did add the last 2 Firebird Chronicle books onto there because I know I'm going to be reading them and I felt like they count no matter what, right? So there's that. I cannot wait to do this again. I think this was a really fun way for me to like explore some of these books and series on my list. Obviously, I will be reading series outside of these videos, so I'll kind of keep a tally on what I finish when I'm not filming this project. But yeah, I would love to know if y'all have any ideas for what my wildcard things should be so I can pass this along to May. Or if you have a series that you know I've had on my TBR for a while that I need to read, go for it. Let me know down below. If you don't want to do any of that, you can leave me a book stack emoji because obviously I think my series situation might be worse than a lot of people's, but also I don't know that they're all series I'm actively reading at this point. So that's kind of the point of the project, is to help bring the number down. But also read a lot of the things I own, because a lot of things I own are sequels in series, it seems, and first in series. So there's that. You can leave all that down below. I am really excited to come back in the fall with another round of this. Maybe sooner, we'll see. Depends on if the mood strikes. But yeah, I really liked the setup for myself. I'd love to know what y'all think about it too. And yeah, I will have links to all the books I read down below, links to those 2 shelves if you want to go peruse and see what I have to read. Maybe you have one that you think I should prioritize. And also links to Be My Friend anywhere on the internet that I am. And I will catch y'all in just a few days. Bye!
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we wait.